Applaud thy hero, as he is the champion. Thou shalt not be embarrassed to put on the pedestal. However, with thy mistress, the champion's misery is no more. Welcome the return of the great mage leader, Rudy Doronuma Greirato. Hi guys, it's been quite a few months since the last time I did a Mushoku Tensei episode review. For this video, we are going to be covering episode 13, Yume no My Home. The episode starts up how the last episode ended. Rudy has re-erected his manhood. Along with his confidence, he's exuding such alpha male energy that Persona and Linnea are scared that they would get pregnant just by his mere presence. What I love about animes like Mushoku Tensei is how they build their side characters. Even though most characters serve one purpose, these characters go through real character development that you actually care about. You got the pervy eye candy and the rest of all the peeps that Rudis put in check and halfway had to put under his wing. Zanaba and Cliff are specifically featured in this episode. Zanaba is one of those one-purpose pony side characters. He just wants to be amazing at crafting figures, but what he has to overcome and recognize is his crappy ability to actually make any. That's why they saved the slave, Julie, to slave away at making our Roxy anime figures. Cliff, however, is interesting because he is the fresh meat. We only know him as the simp that saved Annalise Dragon Road and actually did save her from her hoish curse. Damn, he really did Captain Save a Hoit. I wouldn't recommend it though, guys. It's not until now in episode 13 of season 2 that Cliff is taking his next step as a character that saved Annalise from being ran through. His next internal dilemma is another kind, the Noroi kind. It's Cliff's turn to become a man. So at the start of core 2 of season 2, what is Rudy's biggest challenge yet? It is marriage. It's that marriage to Sylphie and how he's gonna deal with Sylphie's duties as serving as Princess Ariel's guard. Princess Ariel had no choice but to go to Renoa Magic Academy because, you know, when it comes to royalty and the throne, your family. It's all about power. After being away for a bit from Asura Kingdom, her next political move is likely to find some way to finesse her way back into the running into becoming the queen. And of course, this may cause some difficulties with Rudy. Bro wants to stay at home with his wife and kids, but you know, she has a career. So throughout the majority of the episode, Rudy is trying to find what his next step is in his marriage to Sylphie. He even talks to Nanahoshi about relationships out of the blue, but she's like, bruh, you love it here, but all my loved ones are actually back in the reverse isekai. I guess Rudy is the only one taking the dubs here. This entire time, Rudy is like, screw saving this mom. He just got his blood flowing again. He needs to get this relationship settled first. He should probably invite his family to the wedding, but who cares? Paul got it. Zenith, she'd be alright as a slave. My future wife matters more. You know, Air smashes and dashes Rudy one time and Rudy turns into a pumpkin. Sylphie smashes him one time and dude wants to throw his entire life away. I mean commit. Never fall into the post-nut commitment, guys. I can't lie though. If a girl cured my ED, I strongly consider her as a life partner too. Rudy continues asking all the boys about marriage and what to do next. Cliff's bright idea is to settle down in a nice house, and a nice house is where Rudy takes Cliff and Zanaba. It's not just any old house. It's a goddamn mansion that's cursed and killed some adventurers. Rudy keeps telling them with this funky ass mansion, I'm going to marry that girl that cured my ED, and all the boys couldn't help but be happy for him. Let's go exercise this mansion. It's now the job of the three amigos to help exercise the cursed mansion. Rudy is just chilling in the hallway awaiting the most obvious jump scare that still scared the living shit out of me. Rudy almost got himself killed by this curse until the tank Zanaba absorbs the crap out of his attack, taking one for the team like a real homie would. Cliff puts on his priestess hat from Goblin Slayer but fails miserably. He's clearly at his coming of age arc. Zanaba continues to tell Rudy to chill out and that he's got it until the curse's spirit strength runs out. As it turns out, it is no curse at all. It's a freaking moving guard doll. This is a big deal because it ties in what Zanaba and Rudy has been trying to do in making the perfect anime figures. I mean, what are slaves are for? That's why they got Julie. Just like in Dragon Ball Z when future Trunks and Krillin found Dr. Gero's plan to make the androids, Rudy, Cliff, and Zanaba came across the research that helped create this moving doll that helped guard the mansion. Unfortunately, the owner passed away and the moving doll kept catching bodies after the owner's death. Zanaba has a self-realization that he just sucks at making figures and working with his hands is not really his talent, and he figures that he'd be better off with helping take the lead in the research of the moving dolls from that book. Like a real leader, Rudy happily gives on about this new purpose, while Julie and himself can continue working on their previous works. This really shows Rudy's leadership, guys. You gotta let people that realize the things that they're good at and bad at, and let them seize this new purpose. But Rudy does warn Zanaba that the research of the moving dolls the previous owner was working on was done secretly for a reason, setting up a potential plot in the future. Now, after exercising, cleaning up, and buying out this badass mansion, Rudy brings young Sylphie to get started with the baby making process. Sylphie is straight wifey material as she is down to make as many babies as Rudy wants, but Rudy was just trying to talk to her about her future career plans with Princess Ariel. Sylphie mentions that they have about 2 more years before they graduate before moving back towards the Asura Kingdom. She realizes that this action would mean that they can't exactly settle down just yet in this big ass mansion, and questions their own wifiness. I mean, Rudy is fresh off the ED, so the simp feelings bar is maxed out. Rudy considers the pain of being left behind again and reaffirms his commitment to Sylphie. He asks her to marry again. Sylphie requests that Rudy doesn't just disappear and leave him like what that soulless redheaded tomboy Ares did. Rudy makes the promise to never leave her, and of course, all promises are meant to be broken. Overall, it looks like early on we're gonna get the up and up with this Rudy and Sylphie ship. However, like all marriages, people start to question their commitment as issues, conflicts, dilemmas, because you know, the whole teleportation main plot, the whole X thing, there's a lot that can go wrong, and that is what this world of Mushoku Tensei has built. You start to realize how huge this universe is and how much of the richness of the story can lead us in many directions. There are so many unsettled plot points like the teleportation, his mom, Paul, Ares, the man god, and Orsted stuff, Bodyguarded and Kishirika, they're just wandering around. Literally anything can happen, and that's what I love about the setup right now with the happier slice of life Rudy and Sylphie marriage. And I can't wait for everything to start crashing down. So guys, let me know what you guys thought about the first episode of part 2 of season 2. They're still building off this momentum at the very end of Rudy's arc of curing his ED. So now we're at the almost tippity top erected of Rudy's arc, and just like how Ares burnt Rudy down, now that Rudy's being built back up, it only makes sense for character development to kick your ass back down, and I can't wait for the plot to come. But this episode really shined a light on guys like Zanaba and Cliff. This is the first time seeing Cliff in a new kind of situation. Of course, he has to be this little scaredy cat weakling, but we all know how this goes with characters like him. He's probably gonna build some confidence and be a little bit stronger. I mean, he can't be like a little bitch around Alina Lise. That would definitely make her curse again. And for Zanaba, he's an interesting character because he seems like a character that's like, people won't like. I mean, because of his character design, how his personality is, but he has so many redeeming qualities, which is like a flip back and forth with a character like him. He's kind of creepy, kind of a little bit out there, but at the same time, he's loyal. He's really is serving Rudy in a very loyal way and being a good friend. The dude literally just saved Rudy's life, so that is a few points up for Zanaba. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got from this episode. They're really building this happiness up. They're really starting to build towards something major might happen. So I would love to see what happens next. I have not read the light novels or mangas or whatever is out there with this show. This is something that I'm experiencing for the first time, and right now I don't have any wishes to read the manga or read the light novels or anything like that. So yeah, try to not spoil it in the comment section, but at the same time, let me know what you guys think. I would love to know. So do me a favor, guys, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Check out my blog at otakusen.com, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.